guys, it's a gorgeous day, November 1st, and it is going to be 70 degrees today. So I thought this might be a good opportunity to come out here and do a little planting. I usually don't pot things up this time of year, but I did have my Haworthia rescue. These are the Haworthia that were nibbled on, and I saved what I thought would be the viable parts. This is the worst example, but the growth inside looks okay, so I'm going to give it a try. I hope you can see that, but that's where it got nibbled. And then a couple of the other pieces did rot. I put everything in water for about a week. I was trying to improve the roots, so I think a couple of them fattened up. And then I did also, I've had these for a long time. Aren't they pretty? And they are teacups that I just put some holes in. Hopefully they're not Ming China, but I think they're beautiful. And I like to go and find things at charity shops and turn them into pots. I think it makes it really interesting. So I had a set of 3, and I happened to be trimming my jade about a week ago. These have hardened off on the bottom. They've calloused over, so they've had a good long time to close up, and I'm going to pot those up, one in each one here, make little jade bonsais. And I did want to show you my new plant. It's an Acanthorypsalis mini monacantha. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Let me show you the label. If that focuses, maybe you can do a better job pronouncing it. But I loved that one, and I kind of rescued it from Home Depot. It was sopping wet. So I brought that home yesterday. And so that I'm not going to pot up. I just wanted to show you. I think that's a beautiful epiphyte. So let's get started on these. I think I'm going to put the Haworthia in this, and again, this is another teacup. It looks hand turned, and I put a hole in the bottom. So let me fill that up, and we'll get that planted in. I'm going to use kind of a pebbly, light, it's a mix of cactus soil and some gravel, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill that up. I also have some little clay balls, and these are good. You can buy them, you know, from botanical sources, but they hold some moisture without being sopping wet. They hold a little moisture, which succulents like. And you can get a bag of those at a pet store, because a lot of times reptiles will have that in their habitat if they need some moisture. Okay, so I'm gonna just sort of plant the tip in there, not too far down, and I'm gonna really cross my fingers that these root up again. It's gonna be much smaller than the original plant, but if I can save some of it, I will be really happy. And again, I don't know what ate this. I'm not sure what likes Haworthia. Certainly not natural to this habitat, but sometimes an animal will come along and eat it for moisture, or who knows why, but it must have been delicious because I lost quite a bit of the plant. But we'll see if these grow. And I'm just going to fill in a little bit more of the soil around the edges. I hope you can see this. I don't think I had it centered, but I'm just putting in a little more soil. I'm going to leave it dry for about a week, then give it a little more moisture in the mix. I do think it is the season for Haworthia to be growing. So I do want to make sure that it has some nice conditions to bounce back in. And we'll just see what happens. Like I said, some of the plantlets that I took off rotted right away, so I think the damage was, you know, maybe a little bit too much for those. But we'll see what happens with these, and hopefully they'll respond to being planted up again, and they'll send out a little bit more healthy root system. And I think that's about all I'm going to do with that one. We'll see how that takes off. And then these jade plants are going to be really easy to plant. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. I think that's going to look cute, especially if I keep all three of them together. And I'm just filling it up with dirt. Easy as can be. These guys are so easy to root, and this is a great way to make gifts for your friends, is to take a cutting off your jade, let it callus over. Look how cute that is. And put it in a pot. You can even, you can even put several cuttings in one pot to make it look bushier, but that one I can probably give a little water to right away, because they've been callusing over for a week. So there's my first one potted up. And that's probably going to be pretty happy to be put in some soil after being off the plant for over a week. Life gets busy and you can't always plant things up right away, but with succulents, since they hold moisture, they're usually just fine. And it's really a good thing to wait about a week to make sure things are fully calloused over before you put that open end into the dirt. So one last one. Oh, I have my Haworthia on the edge. Gotta try to take care of this poor little thing after all it's been through. And one last one to pot up. And I have my charm bracelet on because I'm about to go to work. I know I should be getting ready for work and not planting things, but look at this day. It's just magnificent. So let me get that all planted up. And, I'm not compacting the soil. Just give it a little tap and things will settle down in there. And as you water it, I had a little bit too much. As you water it, it'll get a little more, it'll go down a little bit more, but put a couple clay balls in there. So I think I need to go get some more clay balls from the pet store. Okay, there we go. And hopefully those guys will be really happy. Let me put a little bit more in this one. Now I have a set of 3 little cuttings here. I'm going to call these my Ming teacups. And hopefully I didn't take like I said, you do have to be careful that you're not drilling through antiques. It might be a good idea to look these things up, but those are my 3 little jades all planted up. And I think my Haworthia looks really nice. Hopefully that's gonna, really take off. I'm having trouble angling it towards the camera. There we go. So that's hopefully going to be really happy in its new situation. And that's about it, guys. So that's all that's happening with my plants this morning. I try to do a little bit of gardening every day. It brings me a lot of joy. And I find it very relaxing. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have some nice garden projects going on. Even if the weather's not good for gardening, you can always go out and search for cute pots. But thanks again for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Bye!